if you're thinking of making a garment that needs a bit more structure in, so it could be a wedding dress, the bodice of the wedding dress might need some more structure. Sometimes we'll use in the fashion industry what we call boning, and it gets sewn into the seams, and this creates the structure and it helps keep the garments up, especially like a wedding dress. You need it staying up all day on the bride. And the boning helps structure those seams, and this is an example of some boning I've got here. It is just bendy plastic. You can get them a lot harder, so they don't hardly bend at all. You can get them in different colours and you can get them in different widths, but you can see here you've got all the bumpy bits in the middle, and then on the edges there's some slightly flatter edges here, and that's what we'll actually use. We'll sew along those flat edges into the seam, and that's how we sew it into the seam. You don't want to be stitching on this bumpy bit here because it will just absolutely knacker your needle on your machine. So you really want to be sewing using these flat edges, okay? Normally, if your seam's a centimetre, if you're using boning, you want to allow a couple of mil more, because if this is a centimetre, it's going to slightly nudge over after you've pressed the seam, so it's not a good idea to do it like for like. So you're going to have to allow a couple of mil extra for this. When you chop the boning, it's quite sharp, so you don't want this digging in. And it's a good idea to just use a bit of scrap fabric. It could be the same colour of fabric you're using for the bodice or whatever you're making, and you just want to double layer the fabric, just a little square, and put it over the top here. And then when you sew it into the seam, you want that sewn into it as well. But yeah, this is an example of the boning.